Well, Extreme Rules is over, and oh, Extreme Rules, honey. Hello, hello, hello. So let's not even try to make it out to be anything more than what it was, but they did a good job at making sure you was on your toes in this entire show. Okay. They also did a very good job of setting up certain battles that are happening at a later date in this show. So shout out to them for that. But let me just start off with the kickoff match. They put Carmilla and Liv on the kickoff, which rightfully so. That's where they belong. There's no shade to Carmilla and Liv. It's just I, I didn't care enough about the match to really care where it was placed, but I kind of figured with it being made so late and with the way that they set this up, I kind of figured it was going to be Liv versus Carmella on the kickoff show. And Liv did a very, very good job. She looked absolutely stunning out there in the ring. Her gear was nice, makeup was set. Okay, sis had a nice, good old bang on her forehead. Okay, Carmella looked nice. I liked her gear for once. It didn't look a mess, but Carmella got her ass whooped and rightfully so. Okay, Liv looked good. Her transitions was good. Her ring awareness was good. She did great. I'm very proud of her. So shout out to Liv for being able to pick up the W on the kickoff of Extreme Rules. And I believe that was her first pay-per-view win on her own. Mhm. I want to say yes. So shout out to you, Liv, for winning your first match. Now they did give us an impromptu match for Extreme Rules. Okay, we got a six-man tag team match. We got the New Day versus Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos. All right. Now this match was good. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't bad. I don't really care for Omos like that. He's not my cup of tea, but he didn't do terrible. He did his job, which was to be a big ass beanstalk of antagonistic nothingness. That's pretty much what he did. He gave you a few chops, a few slaps, and then he went and got his big ass back in the corner. Fine. Okay. For the most part, biggest contributors in this match, Xavier Woods. He did beautifully in that ring against Bobby Lashley. Him and Bobby have great chemistry with each other. They work very well with each other. Bobby sells his moves very, very well. So shout out to Bobby Lashley for that. And then you had Xavier. I'm not Xavier, but Kofi. Kofi took the brunt of a lot of pain in this particular match. They kept him in that corner. And one thing that Bobby and AJ did was isolate Kofi and keep him bogged down because they know once he starts to pick up speed and gain momentum, they're in dangerous territory. So they slowed that match down and kept him down in the corner. It was very smart and it was good tag team work between the two of them. Okay? Now, Big E came up and he showed out, all right? But let me tell y'all something. Booker T still on his bullshit. We're gonna segue for just a second, and then I'm gonna put some of y'all comments in here. Booker T still on his bullshit about Big E leaving New Day behind. And Ryan Satin and I rarely ever agree on many things, but Ryan Satin had spoke some truth on Twitter today. Fam was like, "Here go Booker T and JBL's decrepit, spoiled milk looking ass sitting up here talking about some, oh, he needs to be on his own. It's all about championships and checks." But I'm like, bitch, from what I remember, okay, it's Queen Charmel was on your side. You also had Finley at one point on your side. You had a couple people in your little kingdom, whatever the fuck you wanted to call it. And not to mention JBL had a whole fucking cabinet. A whole cabinet. And he had a whole career with Ron Simmons. Stop playing with me, sir. Stop it. Okay. You can be a champion and still be Big E. Like I said before in comments with many people on my page, just because Big E fun and he like joking around and having fun, don't mean he don't know when to turn it off and turn it on. And you saw a glimpse of that tonight when they cut the promos after the match was over. Because Big E, Xavier, and Kofi did win their match against Bobby, AJ Styles, and Omos. They did beat them tonight. Okay. And Bobby Lashley acting like a little child, stumping on his feet. What was me? What was me? I lost my title when my knee was hurt. Nigga, we don't care. We don't care, RoboCop. We don't care. You lost it. It's over. But you bitched and moaned enough and drew your eyebrows on enough. Okay? And Big E's just like, bring your ass and we can do this Monday. Okay? Make sure your ass is ready so we don't have to hear about this shit later. Okay? Because Big E said this is going to be a one and done for me. We not going back. We not going back. So it's going to be Big E versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship this Monday. And with the way shit went down today, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave the title back to Bobby Lashley. Just keeping it real. We going match by match. So I know some of y'all comments is going to be about people losing and people coming back and doing everything that they doing. But just know, okay? Just know that I saw Sasha Banks. Okay? I saw Little Boy Blue. Okay? And I don't care. All right? Okay. Now, let's look at some of y'all comments. Taylor said that ending was horrible. Baby. Before y'all start, yes, we all watched and we all seen Sasha. Child. Hello, Tay. Girl, because what? Child. Rip Lily, she was a true icon. That thing ain't dead. You can't kill pure evil. You can tame it, but you can't kill it. Ain't nothing wrong with that doll. She'll be back. She'll be back. Extreme Wolves was good. The queen.
Start that shit.
Woo! He said, I need to go smoke, honey. It was a good show to me. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a bad show, okay? The bang works for Liv. It do. It looked nice on her. It seemed like it was her first match. If it wasn't, then, you know. She won a singles match at WrestleMania against Natty. This was her second solo match at a pay-per-view. I see. Now Bobby has been on his shit lately. Fuck Bobby. He crying like a little bitch. Now he was saying the same thing about Miz, and he said the same shit about Drew McIntyre. But you was mad because you couldn't beat Drew. So you went to Miz and was like, hey, I'll help you. If you help me keep this title and get it off of Drew McIntyre, I'll give you a title shot against me. That was the only way you could beat Drew. But you mad because Big E came in there and bust you in your knee and took your ass out. Don't be mad, nigga, scratch your ass and get glad, because that's how it works. An opportunity is an opportunity, ho. You just mad because you didn't get one. You were the opportunity. As Charlotte say, you were the opportunity. You got taken advantage of. Get the fuck over it, RoboCop. It's time to move on. You don't want to sit up here and bitch and complain just because you lost. That's what people do. They lose. And you happen to be a loser.
You a loser.
Okay? Shoot. The Bliss and Flair match had me so confused. RoboCop. Hello, Rike. I don't want Booby to win it back. Well, baby, you might as well prepare yourself, because after what we saw tonight, some bullshit is more than likely about to go down. I knew it. I seen them little cords on that ring post. Okay. No, wait. What's the queen from? Oh, there's a TikTok creator named Carlos. And Carlos has a bit where he goes, queen. I want the queen. I'm sorry. It's funny. Hold on a second. I'm just putting in y'all comments and we're going to move on. Tears of Honey, I don't know, baby. Okay, I'm just as lost as you are. The Becky and Bianca match was good as well. Yeah, until Blue Boy Blue brought her stick figure ass out there and caused the ruckus. She could have, look, I ain't really mad about it because I had a feeling that this pay-per-view was too set. There wasn't nothing strange about it. Usually they put they have they had a little bit of matches, so they had a little wiggle room for time. And I'm like, something about this just seemed too perfect. Something about this don't seem right. Okay. So I was like, oh, I posted it on Instagram because I thought the shit was gonna be fucked up with Finn Balor, and I was motherfucking right. Okay. I was like, I smelled some bullshit about to go down, and I was right. All right, but I didn't think they was gonna do nothing with Becky and Bianca. I didn't think that shit. Okay, but you see, a rat is still a rat, and I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay. I mean, Big E told him he was cashing in, so he should have been prepared. Period. He gave you a heads up. You weren't ready. End of the fucking conversation, RoboCop. It is over. Okay. I didn't like the end to Alexa versus Charlotte either. Like, she really threw the doll at you and you lost all focus. Eva Marie was slapping Lily pigtails around like it was slingy, and you losing focus. Taylor, at this point, I don't even give a shit about none of that. I'm being honest with you. I had no invested interest in Charlotte and Alexa. I thought it was a decent storyline, but it's not over. They're going to continue that storyline with them two, and it's probably going to be pushed out to the last pay-per-view of the year, which I don't have no problem with. Live your best life. But this the wrong pay-per-view for you to start building storylines with, in my book, because y'all getting ready to go to Crown Jewel. All of this shit gonna have to play out on Monday Night Raw, and y'all don't have no comeuppance for this shit. Because Crown Jewel, you ain't gonna be able to have no women's matches on Crown Jewel. The only women's match you're gonna have on there is one, and that is if they do the end of the Queen of the Ring tournament. If they have it at all, that will end at Crown Jewel. They're not gonna allow them to have any more women on that show. So the next pay-per-view after that is usually TLC, but we're not sure if they're going to do that or not. So it's kind of odd that they're building up all these feuds and starting this new shit, and had that ending to the match at with Finn and Roman. It just, something ain't right. Like, it's a lot of shit that's off. A lot. Anyway, like, I'm still scratching my motherfucking head, sis. I can't help you. I usually can help you, but you're on your own. I don't know what to tell you. Do you think the old Bliss is coming back? Hell no. You see her tried to put that damn and a lot of y'all didn't know what that was. Look, it's a foaming tab. Okay. Y'all know what the blood packs look like. They do make fake foaming tabs. She pulled it out of her gear top when she was trying to cover up her face. She pulled it out of her gear top and she popped it in her mouth. But the problem is the tab did not pop open and start foaming in time. So she was trying to sell it, but it didn't foam. The point of them focusing on her was to see her crack and she foaming at the mouth. That was the point, and it didn't do it. It was either supposed to foam or she was supposed to be bleeding at the mouth. One of the two. But no, I don't think she's done with this character. I think she's going to keep it. I wonder if they turning Bliss back to normal now. I don't think so. She said this pay-per-view has to be fucked up. Child. Oh, I predicted the ending to Bianca and Becky up and down. Literally got everything right about the ending. I saw that. Don sent it to us in the group chat because I never get to see Taylor's posts anymore. My Instagram algorithm is just like, nah, fuck Taylor. That's pretty much how it is. I'll come across one of your posts in passing, but I would have to physically go to your page to see your post in order for me to see it come up on my timeline. I don't see nobody's post that I follow generally. I don't see nobody's post. I don't see yours. I never see Don's unless he posted on his stories. I don't see anybody's post pop up in my timeline ever. And it's the craziest thing. Because you would think that it would show you all the stuff that you interact with regularly, but Instagram doesn't do that. I knew Sasha was going to pop up and fuck it up, but I just needed to know at what time. She could have stayed in Smurf Village until SmackDown. Hell no. This pay-per-view had me fucked up the minute Peacock couldn't get the audio together. And let's talk about the damn audio. What the fuck? What was that? What was that? I mean, the audio is overlapping, and all you can hear is the French commentators and the Spanish commentators. And then you can even get like the Japanese commentators in there. And there's a faint line of audio of the American commentators. And we're all sitting here like, what the hell is that? There was a Canadian wrestling fan who commented and was like, I got the WWE network. It seems to be fine on my end. Well, lucky you, because we're stuck with Peacock. Clearly, Peacock is not getting it in together. Like, Peacock, what the fuck happened, bro? Like, what was y'all doing? What was y'all doing? It couldn't have been WWE, because if it was WWE, it would have happened on the WWE network and it would have happened on Peacock. So that was all you. So I don't know what kind of engineers y'all got back there, but y'all been fucking up a lot lately. Okay, from people shit buffering all day to people not getting the matches skipping. Like, y'all real good ghetto. Y'all are real ghetto. And I need y'all to fix that shit. Fix that shit immediately. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not watching Crown Jewel at 1:00 in the afternoon. And then all I'm going to hear is the Saudi Arabian commentators. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's no shade to the Saudi Arabian people. That ain't no shade to none of y'all. But I don't want to hear that at 1:00 in the afternoon. No, sir. He said, I'm cashing in tonight. Either way, your match goes with Randy. And he should have been prepared. Sasha should have kept her ass at home. She could have did this shit Friday. Her coming out and fucking up the match. In turn, screwing Bianca don't sit right with me. She could have did that shit at fucking SummerSlam. Where the fuck was your antennas 2 months ago when we had a match at SummerSlam set for you? Bitch, you lost your slot. Why is you here? You don't even go here. You was not scheduled. Why is you here, girl? For what? So we can see your leopard print ironed hair? We saw it. Now go back in the back. Go back in the back. It was not your time, darling. We were not checking for you. You know when we was checking for you? At SummerSlam. Friday before SummerSlam, we was checking for you. Where was Sasha? Huh? Must have been eating hot wings with Sean on the hot ones. Or was it the Pocky hot chip with the one chip challenge? That's what the fuck you was doing. You was over there eating hot chips. Okay? Okay? Sitting up in the back mad because you was sitting up in the back on SmackDown and they didn't have nothing for you. They should have continued to keep nothing for you because you didn't show up when it was necessary. I'd have been like, bitch, you're out. It's over. Okay? Bitch, you out. We're done. It's a wrap. Oh. I was sitting at the beginning like, what's this Raymond dude doing on the English table? I didn't turn on French, child. I just wonder what the excuse gonna be for the turnbuckle rope malfunction. Child, I don't know. But I thought Paul Heyman had messed up the rope malfunction. But then when I looked and I saw that even Roman was asking what happened, something about that just don't seem right. It don't feel right. Something is off. Something is off, yo. Fin flopping like a fish. Child, when that heartbeat start hitting and it turned red, I said, what the fuck is this? What's going on here? Girl, it was a mess, honey. The Bianca and Becky match was ended in a DQ, but who won for the DQ, Bianca or Becky? It would have to be Bianca because Bianca was the one who got hit. Becky did not get attacked. So because Bianca got attacked, Bianca won by disqualification and Becky still got to retain her title. It was ghetto. That's what it was. You ain't lying, Taylor. It was hella ghetto. I heard some people was in Spanish. Peacock always on some bull. The same kind of workers they got working at Dairy Queens. Queens. It's the queen. The queen. The same kind of workers they got working at Dairy Queen's kitchen is a bunch of high-ass dudes. Hell no. Do you think Bianca, Becky, or Sasha going to Raw? At this point, I don't know. I don't know. It looked like they're trying to keep all of them. One of them got to go, and if you send Becky over there, then you have to trade Charlotte back and switch the titles. And I mean, that's anticlimactic as hell. But I guess if you think about it, the way the match ended, both of them came out unscathed because Bianca attacked both of them. Becky still champion, and Bianca won the match. But it just, ooh. I'm okay with Sasha coming out because the triple threat is going to be fine. No, fuck that triple threat. Okay, fuck that. I don't care what nobody says. Taylor, don't we know? Lord Jesus. I'm excited because the story about to be good. Becky and Bianca did that exact same match on the recent UK tour, and the Indy had Becky win it. So I wasn't really invested too much because I had already seen it. Well, I hadn't seen it, so. Nah, fuck the story. Bianca should be champ. Period. The end. Child, yeah, that ain't real. Hell no, y'all ignorant. Like Sasha wasn't needed whatsoever tonight. Right? Even the Usos were like, what happened? Everybody was looking around like, what happened? Something was wrong. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I'm going to keep it all the way G. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I really don't. Finn's whole right cheek was out, right? Just ass hanging out, honey. She didn't, to be honest. Now, why would they be going to Raw? I don't know. At this point, Raw can take Sasha and she could change her hair color to red. Fuck a triple threat. Bianca was finna shut Becky ass up tonight. Well, she didn't. They gave it back to Becky. I was ready to riot after the Bianca Becky match. That rope said it was tired and ready to go. Just prior though, Sheamus' big ass was standing on that rope. Now, how come it didn't break for Sheamus, but it broke for Finn Balor? That don't make no sense. Something about that don't sound right. The rope just snapped. It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have done that. Roman had me crying when he was looking at God. And I was like, what? I'm just sitting there like, why did it do that? It should not have broken. Like, I could understand if one turnbuckle had failed, but you gotta think about it. Prior to the match, okay? Prior to the match, you had fucking Sheamus and Jeff Hardy jumping off of there and diving. Not to mention earlier in the night, Montez did it like 4-5 times off of the rope. Now Montez might be lighter than Finn Balor, all right? But you're talking about Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. I know damn well Sheamus way more than Finn Balor do. There ain't no fucking reason why that damn rope snapped like that. And it didn't just snap on his end. It broke the whole top part of the ropes. All of that shit fell. So you had to ask, like, what the fuck happened? And you could have really, like, Finn could have really been injured. Now, if it was kayfabe and it was a part of the story, who did it? Because it was, when you looked at the cameras from the front, nobody was back there. But when you look at it from the, and you look at it, you really can't see from the front, right? From the front, it was full of smoke. When the cameras moved, nobody was back there. It was just Balor. So who did it? Man, this is a fucking murder mystery, okay? We need to do some goddamn Nancy Drew shit in this bitch, okay? We got to do some murder she wrote. Figure this shit out, okay? Let's get into Becky. She was given vanilla scented white Walmart trash bag tonight. She looked a damn mess. Ooh, girl, and her hair too. A mess. MESS. How is your gear white and your shoes yellow? Taylor, you did not have to read Crotchfire like that. Okay. Now, when I saw Crotchfire, she was putting on black tape on her hands. Okay. Then they come out there and she ain't got no tape on her hands. So I was like, what happened to the tape, sis? Now, as far as her faux hawk hair went, I think it would have been cute, but it was poorly executed. They added the pieces in there, and it was clear they didn't make it so that it fit right. Somebody didn't know what they was doing. Now, from the last couple of weeks, Becky been coming out and her hair been shining. Okay, she's been giving body, but tonight it was giving very much trailer park realness to me. But that's just me and my own personal feelings. If you don't like it, it's okay. I don't give a shit. As far as her gear goes, it's just the white version of her black and gold gear. So I ain't gonna shit on it too bad. I mean, it was what it was. I didn't expect too much from Becca. But Crossfire was all right. I mean, she was pretty much the same, just in all white. That's pretty much how I can describe it. Rip Lily, April 12th, 2012, September 26th, 2012. You went and Google when Lily debuted so you can give her birthday and shit. That's a lot of work. Her legacy will forever live in Naya, Shayna, Reggie, and Lumpy Space Princess. Okay. Ciao. They dropped them bitches from the back. Finn Balor weighs less than I do. That means I could have got up there and stayed up there for a while. Becky got too much money to be coming out there looking like the Caucasian version of Mickey James trash bag. Bitch. See, what? Finna pull a impact with the who did it storyline. Lily was the life of Raw. Now she dead. If you thought Lily was the life of Raw, you got issues. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You got serious issues. It seemed like Finn was up there for a little while before it broke, like he was waiting. But then when they replay, nobody was near the rope. And that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, was he standing up there for a minute? Yeah, but it still shouldn't have broke. Like it broke all the way around the ring. It just don't make sense. Something is wrong. Either it was a malfunction or somebody did that shit. It it was giving trailer park realness. It was giving trailer park mullets, and you know it. Stop playing. Tiff calling her a Chucky doll took me out. Well, Bliss called her a Chucky doll a while back. When she get mad and she make that face, her lips get all tight. She do look like a Chucky doll. Let's talk about how Charlotte, Liv, and Bianca gear. I loved it all. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put this good old bagel in the toaster. Yeah. Not the bagel. Anyway, let's go into the second match of the night. Was it the Street Profits that went second? I believe it was the Street Profits that went second. So the Street Profits and the Usos had a match tonight, and I'm gonna be honest. This was one of my favorite matches of the night. It was third actually because it was after Lashley and them's match. It was very fun to watch, and it was so close for the Street Profits. But Montez being injured Friday, like he was, cost him the advantage of being healthy, and obviously giving the Usos a target really gave them a way out of beating the Street Profits. And it was sad because it just looked like Montez was so defeated. And I feel bad for him. And I really, really, really wish the Street Profits bounce back from this and really go after the Usos with a vengeance when they can and beat the living breaks off of Distinguished Twins. As much as I love my twins, I did not want to see Montez get beat up like that Friday, nor did I want to see him lose again with his partner tonight. Now I know everybody have to lose at some point. Not saying that they don't have to, but at this point, the Usos obviously are dominant and are going to continue to be. But when the chips fall where they may, the Street Profits better be the ones to get the titles. And that's just how I feel about it. So we're going to move on to the next match that I can recall. which would have been Damian Priest. I'm gonna go with them first. I know it was probably Bliss and Charlotte. So Damian Priest, Jeff Hardy, and Sheamus were in a triple threat match tonight for the U.S. Championship. Another very solid match. It was very good. Everybody was working each other out. You had a lot of bouts between Sheamus and Damian. You had some between Jeff and Sheamus, Jeff and Damian, and it was just going in a big circle. There was a lot of fun to watch. Ultimately, it came down to the last few seconds of the match. There was a lot of missteps and miscues. So Damian thought he was getting ready to hit Jeff Hardy off of the ropes, but he ended up taking a brogue kick from Sheamus. This in turn led Jeff Hardy to attack, and it just kept going back and forth between the three of them until Damian was able to get the best of both of them. And Damian retained his championship on his birthday. So happy birthday to you, Damian Priest. I did tell you guys earlier in a previous podcast that Damian Priest was at the Latin Awards. I think they were. He was the Latin Grammy Awards. He was a presenter there, and Bad Bunny was there. And I hear Bad Bunny won a couple of awards. So congratulations to Damian on his big success, his big birthday win, the whole awards thing, the whole nine. Congratulations to you. Let's move on to Bliss and Charlotte. Okay. So Bliss and Charlotte had their match, right? And for the most part, it was okay. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't great. It was okay. It came down to the final seconds of the match, though. Charlotte and Bliss were going back and forth, and really, Charlotte got the drop on Bliss, and there was nothing that she could do. She got hit with a natural selection, and it was game over for Alexa Bliss. And then Charlotte did something that most of us saw coming at some point, but didn't think it was going to happen at Extreme Rules, but it did. She got a hold of Lily after she threw it in her face to win the match. She got a hold of Lily and she tore the doll to pieces, ripped the doll apart to where her face was flat on the mat. All the stuffing was all over the floor of the ring, and she was dressed. I like Charlotte's gear. A lot of people hated it, but I loved it. She was Venom on one half, and she was her original gear on the other. And the Venom side was eating her gear. And I just thought that was fucking dope. I thought it was cool. It was a great way to have another comic book esque like villain gear. I thought it was dope. I don't know about y'all. Y'all probably hated it, but I loved it. I thought it looked great. It was executed properly to me. I liked it. Um, Hold please. Give me 1 second.
Genetics, genetics.
Drink. Headshot. Drink. Sit down. Drink. Stand up. Drink. Pass out. Drink. Wake up. Drink. Bed it. Drink. Bed it. Drink. Drink. Headshot. Drink. Sit down. Drink. Stand up. Drink. Pass out. Drink. Wake up. Drink. Bed it. Drink. Bed it. Drink.
Genetics, genetics.
Drink. Headshot. Drink. Sit down. Drink. Stand up. Drink. Pass out. Drink. Wake up.
Okay, y'all, I'm back. So yes, it was Venom inspired gear. Hopefully she'll post a picture of it on her social and you can go look at it for yourself. But yes, it was Venom inspired gear. Now, like I said, she tore up the girl's doll and it was real sad. Okay, mama was having a whole fit. She at first got thrown over the, table and shit, and Charlotte went in the ring, tore up a doll, and left. Now, when Alexa Bliss saw this doll was tore up, she lost her shit. Okay. Now, what was supposed to happen was she put a pack in her mouth, and something was supposed to fall out of her mouth. So either it was supposed to be that black sludge that came out, or it was supposed to be blood, or it was she was supposed to foam at the mouth. Whatever effect was supposed to happen with the tab, it didn't happen because she didn't break it. It either didn't break or it didn't break down in time in her mouth. So when she opened her mouth, all you saw was this massive white tablet that looked like an Altoid in her mouth. I think it was a foaming tab, and she was supposed to foam at the mouth, but it didn't do that. So the effect, it malfunctioned, and Alexa Bliss kind of just was able to oversell it enough so that people believed her. If she hadn't opened her mouth, nobody would have saw the tablet. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened with them. So it looks like that story with Bliss and Charlotte is not over, and that it's going to continue. If they do this right and Alexa starts to torment Charlotte Flair, we could get something really good going with these two, and it could round out with Bliss actually getting the title and keeping it. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So we're gonna move on, and we partially discussed this match. Okay, now granted, I'm not a fool. I'm not necessarily mad that Sasha came back. I'm more disappointed of why she came back and the timing. The timing is just off to me. I feel like she could have came back a few weeks ago and they could have turned this match into a triple threat then, instead of waiting until the actual show, costing Bianca an opportunity, and then, leaving it open ended like this until we head to SmackDown. It just seemed very annoying to me. And there's no explanation as to why her ass was not there for SummerSlam. As I said, you had a full opportunity. If you were sick, bitch, you need to get to the back of the line. You were champion at the end of last year and early this year, and you were Raw Women's Champion last year, not to mention tag team champion. Gone somewhere, little boy Blue. Gone somewhere with your bullshit. Okay, just stop, because we don't have to see you in order for people to get over and to hype themselves up. Like, you just really, you fucked up the vibe. And to all you Sasha stans who's coming on the page talking about don't be mad, Sasha Banks has returned, the blueprint returned. That bitch been in the back for the last couple of weeks. If she wanted to come out there and cause havoc, she could have very well did that and been added to the Extreme Rules match. They waited to the last minute to add Jeff Hardy to Damian Priest, and he had nothing to do with Sheamus's feud with Damian. So let's just keep it real and keep it funky. Ain't nobody mad that Sasha came back. What we mad about is that we didn't get a definitive ending to a match that we have been waiting for yet again with these two. And the last time we had a match with Bianca that was on a major pay-per-view, y'all screwed us over again with the match. So that's what we mad about. Because y'all keep giving Bianca crumbs while you keep throwing them whole pieces of bread. Stop playing. Nobody want to sit up and see Sasha blue-headed ass every 2 seconds either. Y'all always talking about we want to see something new. Why we can't get nobody new? But as long as it's your favorites, as long as it's the people you want to see, you're happy. And you want everybody else to be quiet. Gone somewhere. Gone somewhere. Okay. It was a waste for me. It was a waste to me for WWE to have Bliss and Bray like powers all this time, but she used none of them in this match. When it comes to Bliss and her having her powers, honestly, she only used them when necessary, if you ask me. And to be honest, she could have beaten Charlotte. Charlotte used the doll to get Bliss distracted. She knew that that was one of her weaknesses, and she used it to distract the girl. Bliss don't need that doll or no powers to beat Charlotte Flair. So I wouldn't have used no powers against her either. But now that she done tore her shit up, I'm pretty sure those powers will be used, quote unquote, within the next couple of weeks. She gonna be torturing Charlotte the way she was torturing Shayna. But whatever. Finn whole cheek was out. Finna, you meant Finn. Yeah, it was out. The spider crawl is still an adaptation of Bray's spider crawl. Okay. So Becky retained her title tonight due to disqualification. Technically, Bianca Belair won the match due to DQ, but a title cannot change hands due to DQ. And it's all because of this heifer. Her. Minding the business that don't pay her. It's her fault. Hopefully, Bianca still goes over and gets a championship if they're forming this into a triple threat, because between her and Sasha and Becky, good to see Sasha back, but Bianca should have won. Honestly, Sasha could have stayed where she was. Keep it G, keep it funky. I didn't need to see Sasha Banks. I'm just being honest. I didn't have a need for Sasha Banks. Now, moving on to the final match of the night, it was between Finn Balor, the Demon, and Roman Reigns. For the most part, this match was pretty solid. Roman went into the crowd and said, "Nigga, fuck COVID." Put his damn mask on when he went into the crowd. Roman said, "Fuck y'all. I'll put my mask on. I don't know where you niggas came from. Y'all could have been eating ass or something before y'all came out here and give me all types of COVID." Okay? Child. Roman put that mask on and Kane was whooping Finn's ass and for most part, it was fairly even between the two of them until Finn was laid out from getting speared through the barricade, and everybody was laid out. By then, the Usos had came out to help and all that good shit, and everybody was laid out. Then the heartbeat starts, and Finn starts flailing like a fish on the ground, and I'm like, "What is this?" Oh Lord. And he got up and it was over then. By then, it was very clear that Roman was about to lose his title. And then, as he got ready to do the coup de grace, all this smoke fills up in the arena. And then all of a sudden, the fucking ring post breaks. The part that holds the actual, what's it called? Turnbuckle. The part that holds the turnbuckle breaks. You hear it crack. And Finn hits the mat and he's holding his knee. And all the smoke clears. The lights come up. Roman gets up, hits him with the spear, match is over. And I'm just like, what just happened? Now, originally, I blamed Cold Cut King. I was like, it had to be fucking Paul Heyman that did this shit. But when you look at the second camera angle, there was nobody back there. The ring post just snapped. The turnbuckle post just snapped. And you know what? It fell down and everybody, the whole top part of the ring broke. Now, Finn looked back and was like, what just happened? And then when it was over, Roman said the same thing. What happened? Nobody could tell anybody what happened. So either one or two things happened. This was a legitimate mistake, right? A legitimate mistake. But something tells me that that's not necessarily true either. It can exist in two ways. But it just seemed so odd and out of place. And I'm just like, what just happened here? And I'm sure we're going to get some type of bullshit explanation. But I don't want a bullshit explanation. I want the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Okay? I want it all. And that was the end of Extreme Rules. The only match that was extreme was Finn and Roman's match. Everybody else's match was a standard match. For the most part, the whole card was good. There was not a bad match in the bunch. Everybody showed up and showed out. It just wasn't an Extreme Rules match. And I want them to do away with the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. You can bring back Insurrection, No Way Out, No Mercy. You could bring back what was that? Judgment Day, Cyber Sunday, Taboo Tuesday. You can bring back so many different old school pay-per-views that you haven't given to NXT yet, and you could at least utilize them instead of Extreme Rules, because it just isn't working anymore. It just isn't working. It's not necessary. I ain't even mad, and you're right. The show was pretty good, but it wasn't extreme at all. Divine Intervention worked against Finn Balor tonight. Highly doubtful. Maybe Lily snapped the rope to take her anger out on somebody. When she had taken it out on Charlotte, though, I mean, Charlotte the one who tore her ass up. Come on, fam. Finn's triple kendo stick was pretty cool. Yes, Armageddon is one of my classic faves. Okay. So that is that. We have already entered into the territory of the draft. Monday is the last night before the draft, and the draft will start on Friday, October 1st. And obviously, they're going to draft most of the roster for SmackDown and Raw. And then Monday night, they're going to finish it out. Hopefully, if they have any residuals that haven't been drafted, they will do the supplemental draft and have people drafted to fill out the spots on the shows. Now, usually, they do pull some people up from NXT for the draft. So we'll just have to wait and see. But on Down for the Count right now, we have our mock draft up there, and you guys can listen to us debate and place people in SmackDown and Raw and see how our roster is set up versus how WWE set it up. Okay? Somebody calling me. I seen someone on Twitter say it was Seth. Why? What reason would he have to tamper with the ring? He got a whole other fish to fry with Edge. I don't see why he would. Hopefully they'll know what to do with the Raw roster this time. Hopefully, Jalen. I don't know, baby. At this point, it's just we just have to throw shit at the wall and make sure it stick. At this point, this is all we know how to do, honey. That's all we got because we ain't got no more. Okay. The only match that has been made official for Crown Jewel is Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match, and that match will go on as reported for the Universal Championship, of course. And that's it. I mean, that's all we got, baby. We ain't got no more. I mean, did they swerve us? Not really, because everybody who had titles pretty much maintained their titles. Everybody retained their titles. No titles changed hands tonight. Damian kept his. Charlotte kept hers. The Usos, excuse me, kept theirs. Becky kept hers, and Roman kept his. Nobody changed titles tonight. Everybody kept their titles. So it's very interesting to see how they're gonna do this. And I just feel like maybe they shouldn't have had Extreme Rules before the draft, because it just seemed like it's a telltale sign that they're trying to set some shit up for the next couple of months. And really, they're not going to make many changes to the roster. They're just appeasing us to make it look like they are. But one can only hope. Like, I'm really hoping that they do shake the table a lot, because it is necessary. We need it. Okay. We don't want to wait until after go Crown Jewel and all that bullshit. We don't want to do that. We're not going to do that. Like, give us something new, shake the table a bit, change up some stuff so that we can enjoy the show a bit better. Okay. Whew, God, we thank you. And that's pretty much it. There wasn't really anything else that happened. Like I said on a previous podcast or a previous show, King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring are rumored to be happening within the next couple of weeks. And it is also rumored that they will end these two tournaments at Crown Jewel. So hopefully we'll get to see a Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring tournament start, and we'll be able to enjoy that up until Crown Jewel. If you guys don't want to watch Crown Jewel, totally understand that. It's one of their lowest rated pay-per-views, but they are contractually obligated to continue to fulfill that promise with the Saudi government. So there it is. Um, Next week is NXT. I'll tell you guys about that. I've spoken about this, but next Tuesday is NXT. You're gonna have a title match for the Cruiserweight Championship against Grayson Waller. You're gonna have the Women's Championship, Frankie Monet versus Raquel Gonzalez, and you're gonna have the tag team titles for the women's championships defended next week on NXT 2.0. So we got a couple things set up in motion next week. Pretty big week next week with the draft rounding out the week. So y'all, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I still have to record the results for the podcast so I can get that up and get it out. But y'all, wrestling take a lot out of you, child. It really do. So if y'all got any more questions, I will answer them, and then I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out y'all here. How many more Saudi shows do they have to do? Well, they're supposed to do at least at a bare minimum 2 shows a year. I don't think they're going to Saudi again this year, but I do think next year they're probably gonna make up for not going to Saudi this year. Going for not going twice this year, but they may go a second time. I don't know how they're gonna finagle it. I'm not quite sure. Just don't quote me on that. Anyways, they have a contract with them that's supposed to be for 10 years that they're going to Saudi, so it's gonna be a long time. Yeah. So it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before that is over and done with. Okay, trust me. So they fulfilled. Excuse me. They fulfilled about 3 years of the contract, so they got maybe 7 more years. 7 more years on the contract, I think. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, any more questions? I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was good until little boy Blue brought her little ass back in there. Her boots was cute though. I'll give her that. If there are no more questions, I'm going to go. Vince lost his mind. See, that wasn't Vince McMahon who did that deal. That was your friendly neighborhood Triple H. Y'all blame Vince for everything, but Vince ain't always at the center of everything. That was Triple H's deal. It's one of the reasons why he got demoted. Because they were getting sued by their investors for being misled about the Saudi deal in the first place. I'm telling you, go do some research and you'll find a lot of things about the Saudi deal that's quite shady. It's quite shady, love. But with all that being said, since nobody else has any more questions and everybody is set and they've got it all out of their system, I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow after Monday Night Raw to give you guys the Raw fallout. And yeah, y'all, I'm too tired to stay on here and just be the chatty Cathy today. We're gonna end it and call it a day. So you guys make sure you double back here Monday and we'll talk about Raw, and maybe we'll do a little bit of mock draft stuff over here as well. We're going to talk about a few things on Thursday because we always have Therapy Thursday. So make sure you come back for Therapy Thursdays. I will do another video this Tuesday as well after NXT. If I don't, I may not because I have to film the podcast. The roast sessions is going to come out within a week or so. So you guys can look out for that. And what else did I want to talk about? Oh, we just got a few things that we're going to talk about. A few interesting pieces that I found on the internet that I'll probably bring up Monday and talk about, and then we'll do therapy Thursday. And Don's gonna be here, and everybody's gonna be here, and we'll talk about a few things that we saw on the internet to have to do with personal stuff and lifestyle stuff. So if you look out for that, make sure you show up and come back for therapy Thursdays, and make sure you come back Monday. We're gonna talk about Raw, and we're also gonna talk about some wrestling things. Okay, see you guys Monday.